Hello everyone. Let's start with the tasks for our lesson 3. We'll start by creating the scene. Let's name it to lesson 3 task. And we are going to have 3 tasks. The first one is temperature manager. And again, we have an enemy spawner, but we are going to spawn different types of enemies depending on the difficulty. And next, we are going to have an inventory manager where we are going to add items to the inventory. Depending on the item, we'll also use those items. So let's start by creating the scripts first. So the first is going to be temperature manager. And then we have the enemy spawner. And at the end, we are going to have our inventory manager. Yeah, it is going to show up. It is editor error. Somehow, I think it was related to the card prefab. It is still rendering it here again. And finally, we have the manager. Manager. Hmm. So all the scripts are created for these tasks. And again, where is this game object? Clear. That's not the issue. So let's start by creating our scripts. So for the first task, the task is to create a temperature monitoring system that monitors temperatures for multiple rooms and trigger alerts when temperatures go out of range and display which room needs heating or cooling. So let's put it inside the correct space. Space lesson 03 slash tasks. And PMP text. So we are going to need another text. Then public float, min temperature, public float, max temperature. So min temperature is 65F and max temperature is 75F. Public float, temperature, change rate, and it is going to change at the rate of 5. And public float, update interval, and let's update it at the rate of 15. And it is going to update every 0.1 seconds. And after that, we are going to have an array of room names: living room, kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. There can be one more office. And after that, we are going to have a float array for the temperatures. And private float, next update time. And inside our start, we are going to set room temperatures and min temperature and max temperature. And after that, we'll set the next update time. time interval, and inside our update, if our time dot time, and we'll update the temperatures. And we also need to check the temperature alerts. Okay. So check temperature alerts and let's change 50F to 95F. Wind temperature and max temperature. Check temperature alerts. Also use debug.log. String alert message. It's too hot and too cold. Alert message dot text. Okay, so temperature alert is also done. And if no alert message is there, if alert text is not equal to null, then if string dot is null or empty, now it is better. Let text dot color green, and here it is going to be red. So this is the first script. Let's test it. It is going to be pretty simple. So we just need to attach to a nature manager game object, and is going to add the debug logs. And again, this error, not an issue there. The temperature manager, and we'll attach the temperature, and we need to create an UI for the text. We'll spread it across the whole screen, keep it centered, have it auto size, and maximum, let's just add 48. And let's hit play. So it should update the UI. So it is updating the temperature. And I think we didn't add the UI to the temperature manager, so it is not showing the text. Let's hit play and let's see if there are any rooms that needs any changing. All rooms are within comfortable temperature range. And is any room going to go beyond or below? Bathroom is too cold. It is not going to. Let's change the temperature rate to be 3 and update interval to be 0.2. Let's see how it goes. Kitchen is too hot, bathroom is too hot, kitchen. Okay, so everything is too hot and nothing is getting cold. Maybe it will get cold. So that was it for temperature manager. Next, we are going to create the anime spawner script. So let's go to Visual Studio and lesson 3 tasks and anime spawner. Let's put it inside the correct namespace first. Lesson 3 tasks. And here the enemy spawner is a variable enemy spawner. So it spawns different difficulties. So let's create a serialized field, private game object array of enemy prefabs. So the higher the difficulty we are going to use, and we have the spawn points, serialized field, private float, spawn interval, serialized field, private interior, and initial enemy count, uh, private interior, current wave, private float, next spawn time. Start current wave is 1 and next spawn time spawn interval. Hmm. Hmm. And inside our update, uh, spawn current wave, spawn enemies, instantiate enemies to spawn, initial enemy count multiplied by wave, and spawn point index, spawn prefab index. Now, spawn index is going to be random, but enemy prefab index we are going to have. have scale enemy by difficulty and select enemy by difficulty. Enemy prefab index is going to depend on the difficulty level. Hmm. And difficulty modifier is equals to wave divided by 5 mathf.clamp, and we are just going to have wave minimum is going to 0 and maximum is going to 4. mathf.code. So we are going to spawn different types of waves and difficulty modifier we will divide by 2. And we'll cast it to an integer. Wave divided by 2f. Okay, now it is correct. Math mathf.clamp, and depending on the difficulty modifier we are going to set the enemy prefab index. So the enemy prefab index is going to be minimum of the difficulty or enemy prefab start is 1. mathf.min difficulty modifier or enemy prefabs dot length minus 1. And after we have spawned it, where enemy, we are going to scale depending on the difficulty. So enemy dot transform dot scale multiply is equals to the difficulty modifier. So it is going to spawn different types of enemies, and we are going to need multiple spawn points and enemies to see how they are spawning. So let's go inside Unity, and we are going to Hide our temperature manager and our canvas. And let's create a spawner script. Spawner. And again, I'll move this arrow. So it is going to have the enemy spawner script. The spawn interval, let's set it to 2, and in the initial enemy count, let also set it to 2. And after that, we are going to need a couple of spawn points. So let's create a spawn point and a /1. We'll create 20 spawn points. And where are we spawning? Okay, we are directly going to spawn at the spawn point, so it is not going to matter where our camera is going to be, but we'll increase our size to 15. And let's duplicate it a couple of times. So let's duplicate it 16 times and we'll randomize from -8 to 8 and also -8 to 8. And our enemy is going to be a simple sprite enemy. Let's attach a sprite renderer. And it is going to be a simple 9 sliced image with broad red color, so we can know it is an enemy. And our enemy, we need multiple enemies, so we duplicate this few times. And for the enemy 2, we'll make it green. For the enemy 3, we'll make it blue. Enemy 4, we'll make it green. 5, we'll make it. What color should we make? Let's go inside the enemy spawner. We are going to attach our spawn points and also our enemy. And we don't need to do anything much. Let's hit play and let's see is it going to spawn our enemies or not. Okay, it's spawned some. It spawned two more. Four more. Again. Yellow are the highest quality enemies, and they are pretty much okay. The blues are the highest ones. So, enemy spawner is working. Now, let's go inside Visual Studio and let's finish final script, which is a simple inventory manager. So, for the inventory manager, we are going to need a public num, weapon armor, consumable, and quest item. And treasure. And inside our inventory manager class, public text, we have the inventory display. And public int max inventory size. And public string array of names. And we are going to have a couple of items. And public item type. So So it is storing all the item types for the item names, which is a weapon, armor, consumable, key, and treasure. And like string of inventory and public integer. And here we are going to have item quantities. So we are storing the inventory in the 20 slot size. These are the type of items and the names of the items. We could have created a dictionary, but doesn't matter. Next, we are going to have private int for the current and message size. So inside our start, let's add item. Health potion, sword, gold coin, update inventory display. And the name add item. So what did my autocomplete do? So for adding the item, we are going to check the current inventory size and okay. So this is our inventory of current inventory size is going to be the item name, current inventory size. If we are going to add the item, we are going to increase the quantity or add a new item, update the inventory display, item quantities. Okay, again, it's pretty simple. And we need to have an option. Current size is greater than debug.log. Return true. Return true. Bool. Add item. Use item. Get item type. Hmm. Press I+1 to use dash. Okay, okay, okay. So inventory. Inventory display text. I mean, we can just create a simple inventory. There's no need. Maybe I'll create it. But debug.log inventory is full. Add item. We should add a debug.log. Maybe it does not need it. The items are going to be updated and added to them. And inside the update, add random item. So if input.get key down, add random item, and we need to create it. Add item names of random index, random quantity. Okay, so that's how we are going to use the item. Next, we'll need to create an option to use the item. Remove item, remove. Consumable key and treasure. Hmm. Switch on. Input key. Hmm. Input dot get key. Get key. Okay, so for every item, maybe if input dot get key down of you update inventory display, but we need to add a method to use the items. I. Maybe we don't need to do it as it's going to be simple. What is the task? Handle different use, equip, and consume. Okay. Conditionals to add use, equip, and consume. Enemy spawner. Canvas. Create empty inventory. Let's go inside Unity and we'll see what need to do afterwards. Item names, item types, inventory, 20 slots, item quantities. I mean, we don't need to do it. Let's set the text and let's see what is going to happen. So I think it is going to spawn a couple of items, and when we press I, it is going to add items to our inventory. So how many items do we have? Should be 10 items. Hmm. Now we need to create equip. So if input dot get key down dot key equip. Let's go inside the Visual Studio. Let uh, Copilot handle equip item. How we are going to equip the item? No items to equip, so it equips a random item. Hmm. Get key down of you. Use item current inventory size automatically created for me. Random index, item to use, item quantities, used, 0. And okay, so it is used, it is going to decrease the inventory size, update inventory display, no more item to use. So let's see, does it work or not? So we can equip an item with the E and use an item with the U, IEU. So let's hit play and we'll test the uh, equip. So equip sword, equip gold coin, equip gold coin, equip health potion. Now we need to use our sword. So let's equip our sword first and we're going to use it. Used health potion. Okay, use sword. Inventory I is going to add random. Equip and use. Used health potion. Sword. Okay, so everything's working correctly, and we have created an enemy spawner, an inventory manager, and a temperature manager. So that's it for this lesson. See you guys in the next video.